All right, welcome back. It's Boystorm 2025.
Heck yeah. The new year with the Boystorm.
The new year, and we have a very special guest. We got Fiona Cauley.
All right.
Fifi in the house.
Lady Fief.
Yeah.
She's here, and yeah, we're pumped. Thanks for being. You're our second guest, first guest ever in 2025.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Set it off right.
Asking a lady, is it funny or is it cringy to have a podcast named Boystorm and only have lady guests? Because that's kind of an idea that we've been tossing
I think we're gonna run out.
Yeah.
Connor doesn't think that we can do it. And he might have a point.
Unless we're doing a capsule podcast, I think.
No.
I think we're gonna run out.
I like it, dude. I like Boystorm featuring only ladies.
I like that we're having we've had all female guests, but they've all been like comics we actually like. We haven't had to be like. I mean, she is a lady. We haven't had to do that, which I think eventually we would have to do. If we got to episode 50, we'd be like, yikes, we got to do this one.
Yeah, for sure.
So we still have our friends at this point.
Nah, there's plenty of cool women in the world that hang out. There's probably a bunch of them, dude.
Could have Maz on, get a nurse perspective.
We can do that.
We
My
could have
girlfriend
Christy on.
is forbidden from the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
She's finding that out right now. But
you could have your lady on here, and she could defend her case.
I love her too much to have her on the podcast.
Fair.
I'm like, you're not doing that. That's crazy.
You ever hit Christy?
I would never. I would never hit Christy, even if she was being bad.
Not one time?
No,
All
never.
right.
I think it's fallen out of fashion.
It's like, man, Kyler will go on a riff where it's like it is fully a riff in his head, and then everyone is like, "Do you hit your girl?"
Is it a riff or is it always an incriminating question to me?
Always.
He's like, "Is Christy's head okay?" I'm like, "She's never had a head injury. Stop saying that."
Oh man!
All right. Well, now that we've been flagged on YouTube, I'm just kidding. But you had probably the craziest 2025 of anybody so far.
2024.
Where were you at on New Year's Eve?
Well, yeah,
Bruh.
rang it in.
No, she's had the craziest 2025.
Yeah.
Oh, already?
She's
sick.
You did some arenas, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, one arena.
But like twice?
Once.
Okay, once.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was cool.
Yeah, what a crazy way to start 2025.
I mean, right. I was panicking because I have never done a theater.
They just skip it.
Yeah.
Go right to arena.
I'm kind of built for arenas. They were like, talk slow. I was like, check.
They go, there's going to be a ramp. You might not be used to it. You're like, I got it. I got it.
Can I live here? Yeah,
So
it
it's
was
a big
sick.
arena, Texas?
It was like, I think 10,000 or more.
Good God.
Yeah, I was like waiting. So the guy, it was a buckle. This is for Kill Tony, right? And right before me, it was a buckle. It was a guy that was blind or something. And he did fine in his minute. And in the interview, I'm like waiting because I'm next. So I'm behind the curtain. And he starts talking about his disease, like his disability.
Being blind.
Yeah.
And the entire fucking arena boos him.
God, dude.
And I'm like hyperventilating because I'm about to go up there and talk about what was me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I can't handle
You couldn't even
that.
see him.
No, could you imagine? They start with thumbs down. They were like, "That's not working."
Yeah, they're going like that.
The Emperor and Gladiator. You're like, no.
My man wished he was
Imagine
deaf.
10,000 Kill Tony fans in the room. Oh my God.
I mean, Lee's done some 10,000s with Theo, and it's a specific demographic.
What does
Oh,
it feel
for
like,
sure.
Fiona? Like when they laugh, what does it feel like?
Bro, you have to wait so long because it like rolls in from the back. It's like unfucking real.
It's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
kind of odd.
How
yeah.
far into the show, like how long it had been going
I
on?
was about midway.
So what is that, like an hour in?
Yeah.
That's
Did
so
you
they're kind of
address-
cooked.
What?
Did you address that they booed the disability? Did you walk out like, my legs are blind? Or, like,
No, I literally was worried that I wouldn't even be able to like speak. I'd
Yeah.
had nightmares like for a week leading up to it that like I'd go on stage and I'm shaking too much to even say a word. And so I'm behind the curtain. Matt is right next to me. He's like, dude, you have to fucking breathe. Because I was like about
Not
to pass
breathing.
out.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
crazy.
I get there and I got like 3 words. Well, once they said Fiona Cauley and I rolled out, it was a standing ovation
That's
immediately.
sick.
So I was like, okay.
See, that's the
We're
thing is
good.
it's like you, because Connor mentioned it. I've done a bunch of the arenas with Theo, and it's a whole different vibe walking out complete anonymous.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Like a
Completely
literally
cold.
unknown to 8,000 people.
Yeah.
But I mean, to walk out there, because we hear it here, we hear it at fucking open mics.
Yeah.
Where it's like you
know,
go
it's a
out
pop.
there and it gets a pop. People are like, ah, cool, you know? And then, I bet that arena pop was
Yeah.
wild.
it made me emotional. I felt like a bitch.
Yeah.
Dude.
But you do. Like, the bigger the stage, the bigger it is. Yeah. It's like, it does. It feels so much more grandiose. And it's easy to, like, get, like, you really got to walk the ego back after an arena show where you just go out there and 10,000 people give you a standing ovation.
I mean, every
it's
single
so
one.
hard to be
Well,
like.
I thought in arena shows, because, like, in clubs, you can only see, like, the first few rows.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like, it'll be okay. I'm going to pretend no one else is here. You could see
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah.
It was all everyone. It was like a red light, sort of, so I could see like up the walls and like all the way back, and I was like,
Yeah.
no.
I did my first big show when I used to tour with Rodney Carrington. We did a big show. It was like 5,000 people in a casino. You could see everybody. And a guy, I walk out cold, and a guy, I swear to God, starts getting arrested and removed.
Let's go.
Carried like a dog, like all 4 limbs.
Yeah.
They're and I mean, no one's looking. I can feel the show just like slipping away.
It's
It's
gone.
a nightmare. And then I go, give it up for my dad, and huge pop. And
Let's go.
But it's like just having to go into the hackiest bag of tricks and be like, that's my
course.
dad.
And the arena shows are weird too because it's like you're saying, you can see it. It's not just a big giant black void, and all of the stairwells are lit up. Like, if you're going to your seat, all the stairwells are lit up. So
You
if
see
there's
200 people not paying attention.
Dude, exactly. So if
see
there's 10,000
10,000
people there
Yeah.
and 0.5% of those have to go to the bathroom, it is just a constant traffic of people walking up and down. So you're up on stage and you'll just straight up see 100 people walking out of the room while you're talking.
And it's that
it's
weird.
sobering.
I don't know if you have. I think every comic has this. It's like that thing where you're I'm really having fun on stage. I'm thinking about it's like sort of you're very present. You're thinking about the show, but when you're thinking about you're almost watching yourself do the show in real time. You're like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of people.
Out of body,
to
right?
even fucking because I have that feeling.
Yeah.
I look up, there's a jumbotron with my face on it,
Yeah.
and I was like, I am watching myself.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And when it doesn't, when the
And I'm like sucking in now.
of
I
course,
want to look
Like,
hot while I
pull
do
my-
this.
the 20-foot version of yourself right next to you. It's so crazy.
Oh man.
And then it's the ultimate because all comics experience this, but in a venue like that, especially, I can't imagine when you're just talking, like the interview afterwards, where you're up on stage and what you're saying does not match the internal dialogue at all.
Yeah.
It is 2 different scripts. Like you're doing your set and you're telling your jokes, but in your head, you are just having a full different conversation.
Yeah, it's
with
like making
yourself.
love.
Yeah, it is a lot like that. Gotta
What you're saying
disassociate.
and what you're thinking
Yeah,
are completely
man.
different.
It's so wild.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Did it confuse you seeing the jumbotron while you were trying to do your?
Yeah,
you
because
still
I
trying to-
kept
would you do it-
like
you did a minute?
looking at myself. Well, I actually did the rape joke. I'm getting in trouble for.
Yeah.
I did that.
You're
in
getting
the
in trouble
arena.
for
Did
it?
it kill?
I'm not getting in
Yeah,
trouble,
but you
some
have
people
enough-
are
yeah.
mad.
Well,
yeah.
you're doing.
That goes standing ovation again.
Let's go. But yeah, also getting in trouble. You're just at that point where it's like if enough people see a thing, someone's gonna be
Yeah,
upset. It doesn't
no,
mean anything.
I'm overdoing it. It's doing very well,
and it also helps.
Just piss some people off.
It helps to do better. If people are commenting because they're upset, well, they're just engaging.
Yeah.
And it's like you still did your job, which was to get an emotion. They just happen to be losers.
I think that's a horrible incentive for all of society, but it's true. Where they go, if this makes people fight,
Did
you're
you
seeing it.
before you went up? Did you go up stone cold sober, or how many pops did you have?
I was so anxious I could not get tipsy no matter
Just the
what.
adrenaline was just
I had
dumping
like
so much.
a
Just,
drink and a half or 2 drinks maybe. And then afterwards, I was like, we did it. I'm done. Like, holy fuck. And I tried to get drunk, and I couldn't do it.
That's
know,
surprising
yeah,
because
that's
we,
awesome.
we're friends. You're pretty good at that.
Yeah.
I've seen you
You're
get.
pretty
Even
good at
Matt
being
was
drunk.
like, what the fuck is going on?
Your
yeah.
boyfriend's like, "Are you sober? What are you okay? What's going on?"
I like took my makeup off and like folded my clothes before bed.
Oh, really? You were like, "I'm getting good rest. I'm doing it."
You just got really responsible. That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude. Good for
I
you.
paid my taxes. I don't know.
That is that weird thing, like anything in showbiz, where you do a big show and like whatever it is, you have that like, and then you just go back to a hotel room and like, I mean, you're with Matt, but like a lot of times you're just totally alone and you're like,
oh my god.
well, time to watch Guy Fieri review a diner, and
yeah.
it's like it's such a drop off, especially if you're not a guy who like goes out and like chases it. Like you're not like
Yeah.
I'm fucking a waitress. Like you just go home.
Oh my god.
Then it's just like it goes from like to
It is the weirdest clock in, clock out job that you could ever have.
yeah.
Yeah, the juxtaposition between like how the night ends versus just a couple hours before. It's just insane.
I did a show at a casino recently with Dusty. We did the MGM, and we do the show, and then I'm, still staying in the casino. So we leave. It's like a 2,000 seat venue, and I'm walking to my hotel room, and the guy is this guy on my floor goes, "Hey, great show," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then I don't know. I think I was having like a stroke. I went, "All right, good night." What?
Sweet dreams. Sorry, I'm really alone.
Hey, what room are you in?
Good night, unless you want to do something. But I just went to my room.
That was the other weird part. Me and Matt stayed at a hotel near HEB Center, and I hadn't considered that every fucking person from out of town going to the show was staying there.
Yeah.
They were sold out. When we went to check in when we first got to
Oh my
Austin,
God.
swarmed.
Yeah.
And I like could not go in the lobby. I had to like send Matt out to get stuff. Like it was weird.
Yeah, you're in the middle of like a whole phenomena thing. It's wild.
God. Pete.
Let's go back to like 2024 and when that
Or as
happened.
we call it, Monday.
Right? because, no, I'm serious because as a guy who, I was still doing a lot of open mics, at that time when you had just gotten to Kill Tony.
Yeah.
And we had a couple interactions and hung out at like Shulman's and stuff, but never like, never really like anything in depth. And then overnight you just fucking take off.
Yeah.
I knew.
What does that feel
I
like?
was here when you started.
Yeah.
I mean, Fiona
Yeah,
went
he was
from
being
zero
mean to me
yeah.
back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
It is-
way
it
back in the day.
It is wild. It is like, I mean, it's very cool, but yeah, it is. I mean, when's the start of like the big jump? When does it go crazy?
This is insane. In April of 2023, is that right? No. April of 2024.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Like 8 months ago.
April's still pretty early on in the
8
year.
months ago. Yeah.
Dude. It happens quick, doesn't it?
I met Tony, and that's when I was like, I want to do this, and he was nice enough to bring me on as a special guest, but it really was sink or swim.
Yeah.
He had never seen my comedy. I think it would have been funny to watch me fail, too.
Was that the one with Sam
Yeah.
T?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
was random that we
Perfect
knew.
panel, too,
Oh, my
'cause
fuck.
he is the absolute
He's
man.
the man.
He's also on a Meteor. Like,
Yeah.
that's a perfect panel.
He is one of my favorite people.
He's
but
incredible.
Yeah, I met him at fucking Nashville Comedy Fest last year.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it hasn't even been a year.
Yeah.
And then the following month I went on Kill Tony, and then I had to wait 3 weeks knowing
I
like
remember
shit's
this.
about to be insane.
Yeah, because I think I saw you the night before it came out, and then I saw you like a week before, or I saw you a week after it come out, and I knew like it had gone well and like all a bunch of stuff, but I like saw you and I was like, "How are things going?" And you were like, "Dude," and I was like, "Oh, this is like as you see it from the outside, and you're like a bunch of stuff's obviously happening, but I'm sure you're like what the fuck? Like your
Dude,
phone's
the
going nuts,
imposter syndrome never fails. It's always there. And I'm
I would imagine
glad.
it gets worse the bigger
Yeah.
it gets.
Yeah, I
like
don't
you
feel that
want
weird.
my
Yeah.
fucking.
I don't have
There's no
imposter
imposter
syndrome
syndrome.
yet. Like
Yeah.
I'm an imposter of what? Like
Yeah, I don't sell 30 tickets and go, I shouldn't be here.
yeah, exactly.
I am so sorry.
Yeah,
That's funny. Like,
exactly.
yeah, it gets worse. It's like, it better.
What did I do to deserve this?
I'm doing
I don't deserve this.
some guys a week in being like, this is too much. This is crazy.
His name gets pulled for an open mic. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm going 21st at the East Room. I feel like
Who
a
do
fraud,
I think
dude.
I am? Who the hell do I think I am?
But it's also cool to see, like, because you know, like, especially I've been doing comedy 8 years, and you've been doing it the same amount of time, pretty much. Lee. It's like that you see enough people have this like big jump, and then you're like, oh, it is just like a normal.
That's
part
what
of-
happens.
Yeah, and then like you're like,
It has to happen like that.
yeah, and all the like stuff where you're like, I feel this feels kind of crazy. It's like that's normal and healthy, and none of that's
Well,
bad.
I
you know?
don't have the time behind me either. I think maybe if I had like 10 years behind me in comedy, I mean, I'm grateful I'm going to keep going as far
Yeah.
as I can. Like, that is what it is. But, you know, I've been 3.5 years.
It happens when it happens, though. It's a random.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that is where you feel. I get the imposter or whatever, but dude, I mean that shit. That just happens.
Yeah.
So that's just
You
how
don't
it
think
goes sometimes.
I mean, everybody I'm sure feels. I bet the Costco guys are like, this feels insane. Do you know what I mean? It's like shit happens, and then you're like, you take the moment. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
what Connor's trying to say is he wants you and the Costco guys to collab.
No, I'm saying it's the same. Like any like social media overnight thing must feel insane.
Yeah.
But it doesn't like. There's no value in like overthinking it and being like, you know what I mean? It happens when it happens. It's not like we're on a list where you're like, and you're next, and you're next. It's like
Right.
you're doing the
It's
smart thing. Like you take it,
right.
you run with it.
How down to clown are you? Like for real though. Like if the Costco guys hit you up,
Who are the Costco guys?
Okay.
We talk about that on the pot a lot. They
Yeah.
come up on the pot a lot.
The Costco guys.
boom, big justice.
Yeah.
God,
Yo,
our algorithms are
what?
If we
different.
send them, let's have them. We'll see how many big booms they give your set. We'll
Who
have them
the
review-
fuck?
Fiona, I
These guys are
respect
doing
you
a
a
bad
lot.
job.
I have never respected you more than this moment
Yeah.
right now.
I
Who are
tried
the
not-
Costco guys?
I tried not to
Jesus,
know them, but
a fucking
Kyler-
intellectual, an absolute Aristotle, dude. Who are the
Lock in.
Costco guys?
Lock in. Kyle's
Lock
about to
in
drop
with
some
me.
stuff.
Okay.
The guys, it's a kid and his dad, and they eat chicken bakes and double chunk chocolate cookies, and they go boom, and he wrestles.
God, saying it out loud is so dark.
It is the peak of humanity at the moment.
That's why I picked him
I
as the
want
example
you
of like.
to know.
They're like
how-
Tupac.
I'm more confused now than I was.
But that's dude.
The Costco guys are like Wu-Tang Clan of 2024.
That's not true.
No.
Yes, they are.
Through it all.
Yes, they are. Everyone except for Fiona, which is fair. If you go up to them and you go, boom, they're going to go, Costco guys.
I wish Matt was in here right now. I
he knows
guarantee
him.
you
He
he
knows
wouldn't.
him.
There's
Matt
no.
knows the
His
Costco
fucking
Matt
thing.
knows
is-
That's gonna buy
Costco guys.
Costco guys brand
Matt
golf
rules.
clubs. I'm telling you, he's gonna get influenced by them.
Fuck is
They're big. That's why. That's when you're talking about like imposter syndrome. I'm like, how do those guys feel?
Right.
They were like, I literally started yelling "boom" into my phone at Costco, and now I'm on The View.
Well, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
insane.
Fame's going in a tricky way right now, where it's like the future 10 years down the road. Like I feel like the most famous, most successful. It's like the way that you'll flex that is like being able to have some privacy at all.
Yeah. Well, but and at least
Like,
okay.
what's it look like in the future? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, also with-
is everyone gonna be famous? Like, if social media just keeps going like that, and you can just say boom with your son at Costco and get famous?
Well,
But at least you're doing a thing and you have a thing to sell. You do stand up. You are funny. You have a
Right.
thing
Oh
to
yeah,
sell.
no,
there's
you have a service.
longevity to that. If you
Yeah.
have nothing to offer, like anyone can be famous now for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no, like, that's fun. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. I love that for everyone. But if like being a comedian, being a musician, being whatever the fuck.
Being a thing that was traditionally famous because you're like, I sell tickets to a live event. The Hawk Tuah girl, you're like, she's like, I'm famous because I said a vaguely sexual thing on a street.
Dude, that's what you should do.
And now I sell Bitcoin or
No,
whatever.
now I'm in jail.
Once this New Year's one comes out and it like reaches a crescendo, and it's like you're super hot, you gotta pull a Hawk Tuah girl and do a rug pull on a coin. You gotta have fucking chair coin and make a cool 20.
Here's what I'll say. Here's my take on this.
Do roll coin.
I haven't followed the scandal that closely. If you bought a Hawk Tuah coin and lost money, you should go to prison. You're the dumbest guy who ever. You bought a Hawk Tuah coin. I wouldn't buy that in Spyro.
Yo,
That's
shout out
insane.
Kill Tony, but do you not think that the same demographic of people who booed a blind guy wouldn't buy fucking wheel coin?
Of course they would.
Yeah, of course they would.
Wheel coin.
Wheel coin.
It's just a circle.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's also like, that was like 4 years into those coins being like revealed as like scams. And people were like, this one though. This one based on the viral blowjob clip. This coin's got staying power. It's like, you're an idiot.
People loved her and trusted her.
I guess also if you pump and dump it at the right time, it is.
You
do
never
make
know
money.
though, man, because fucking 10
You do
years
know.
ago. No. Peep game. Because 10 years
Peep
ago,
game.
Can I have
they were talking about, Bitcoin was all that.
But Bitcoin's different. Bitcoin's totally different.
They were saying it was nothing, and then it comes out something crazy. What if, based on just a meme, 10 years owning a Hawk Tuah coin is like worth $100 grand?
But that's what I'm saying. The difference is Bitcoin has utility in that you can't track it. You can transfer to anybody. It's like it has a basis where it could do something. That coin is literally being like, if we all agree this coin's $10, and then I leave this room and I go, they'll buy that coin for $10, and some guy goes, I'll buy it for 11. Like that, there's nothing. You can't take a Hawk Tuah coin and buy anything.
No.
You
Maybe
can
one day.
It's like NFTs.
Buy a
or-
ticket to a Kill Tony show.
Yeah,
I got a couple
He's
of them.
rationalizing
That's one
it.
thing
I bought the Shiba. The Shiba Inu coin
You
in
bought the Doge
2020,
coin?
and it was like 0.0000001, and then it went to 0.00002, and I was like, here we go, and then it went to like nothing, and I was like, well, that was an experience. Like it doesn't. I'm not saying I didn't get caught up in 2020, but if you're still getting blown away by fucking meme coins, you're an idiot.
I agree with Leaf, Fiona. I think you should come out with
there's
a
no
chair
doubt that the people who
coins.
get into it are idiots.
Yeah.
Handy
But,
coin.
dude, take advantage of these fools. Handy coin.
Yeah,
That could work.
handy coin. Well, that'll sound different. Don't do that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Can I redeem this handy coin?
Yeah.
Boy, can you?
That is way, way different.
Damn. So what is, I guess, your favorite part of, like, I mean, forget the obvious stuff. It's great to have more opportunities to do all this. Like, what's a weird part of this whole thing that's been fun? Is there like a part where you're like, I didn't expect this to be different? It's a dog shit question. I will say. I asked it poorly.
Well,
She said, I know.
She's like, what? What did you try to ask me?
all the free shit. People just
Yeah.
give me free stuff.
Dude,
Have you
Matt
gotten a
told
free
me-
wheelchair?
Matt told me that Terry Black's.
Bro, Terry Black's fucks. I love that.
You get free
place.
barbecue?
All of it.
Bro,
I love it. I love it.
Really?
Getting
I
paid
mean,
in meat,
they're
dude.
amazing.
Do they send it to
love
you?
comedy. No, every time we're in town, we go there.
Yeah.
And they go just sit here and they bring us one of everything, and then like a bunch of we need a place like that here.
A free restaurant?
Yes.
Yeah.
We need a place like that.
Hear me out.
It's like this.
Hear me
They had
out.
the rescue mission.
I don't get free shit like that in Nashville.
Yeah, it's kind of like, when you're at the club, you get free. I love Zany's food, and not because it's amazing. It's because they're always like, you can just have it, and I go, hey, it's pretty good. It's pretty good now. But Terry Black's is great, right?
Free food
It's
tastes good.
unreal.
That's
It
sick.
is insane.
That's very sick.
You get a lot of love in Nashville. When you go to Austin, how different
It
is it?
is so different, dude. Like, I don't know. Me and Matt were waiting on an Uber outside, and while we were waiting, like 5 different people came up wanting photos. Like, I can't go in it. Because Kill Tony is so fucking, like, that's a thing.
Yeah, of course.
there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like a legit, like, what, like, people know who I am.
Does
there.
it make you want to spend more time there, or is
I
it
think
like
the
sparingly
rarity,
nice?
I don't want them to get used to me being there.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that sound weird?
No.
No.
It's also, it's like, you got to,
I don't want
to
to get used to that either and then come back to Nashville and be like, where's my free barbecue?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I mean, I don't know. Other people can. I'm sure people have different opinions of this, but to me, the ideal thing is like you are in a career field and you have recognition within that, and then when you go to Kroger, people aren't like, "Hey, do you tell jokes?" And you're like,
Yes.
"I buy pork loin right now. Leave me alone." You know what I mean? Like you don't want to get. I think that's the perfect amount of fame where you're like, people know you and your thing.
Well, it sucks because I'm a redhead in a fucking wheelchair. Even if people aren't sure it's me, they're sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I never go, "Is
Are
that-
you
is
by
that a different
chance
comic?"
Fiona?
I like
you
to.
Fiona
I want
Cauley?
to start being like, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
That would be really that would be a good little bit to do.
See how that goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're talking about the imposter syndrome and the ego and walking it between the line and not a joke at all, but like dead serious. I mean, you've been humbled. I mean, what is more humbling? You know what I'm saying? Like
red hair.
What is like? Yeah, no, it's like you've been humbled. You've had to. If you can get over that and just like keep fucking rolling and everything, then it's like the standing ovation at an arena or whatever. That doesn't hit the same. Soak that shit up. That's not gonna turn you into some huge asshole.
That's a great.
Yeah, I got
point,
like
yeah.
a damn Joel. I feel like Joel Osteen at these Theo shows. Like you get a God complex. You go up there and you're like, make some noise, and everyone makes some noise.
Yeah.
It's like it's different. I do my set, get off stage, walk up into the concourse, and buy a $12 Bud Light from a lady who has no idea who I am every time, just so I don't think I'm the shit.
No, you're totally right about that because, like, yeah, do the arena, get a standing ovation, that's sick. But I still struggle to piss by myself.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I
It's
was
like,
just thinking that.
you've been humbled. No one's worried about your ego.
Well, also,
I'm wearing diapers.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
like a fascinating point where it's like I think for most people to have the year you had and go from like regular normal life to having all this attention would be the wildest psychological thing that ever happened to them.
Yeah.
Not you,
It's
Malay.
number 2. How true is
Yeah,
that? To
yeah.
have your body just completely fucking betray you, and then for real.
And also, it's like I mean, I know we're friends. I know your whole thing. It's like your condition was like later on, right? So you experienced the whole spectrum of.
That's like a lot of what I think about because this sucks for sure, but I do feel like almost blessed in a certain way. I guess like it's mindset, right?
Yeah.
With how I've dealt with this, just because like honestly, I was not diagnosed till I was 18. And I was just kind of like a fucking dumb bitch party girl before that.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
And now I'm
That's what everyone said.
I'm doing that, but I'm sitting.
Yeah.
It's different now.
My perspective has changed.
Yeah.
I'm 2 feet shorter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
No,
for
but that
sure.
really must be like at 18, you're like everybody hits 18 and kind of is like, I gotta kind of, your whole life changes because you're
Anyway.
an adult. Yes. You have this like super intense, oh shit is changing like a ton in every way. And yeah,
Well,
that must be wild.
when I finally went to the doctor and tried to find a diagnosis, I swear to God, I was a senior in high school about to go to college. And I was so convinced it was something they could fix before I went to college. So I was just looking for a fix. And then I get the worst
news
you can't
ever.
get fixed and it's getting worse.
Yeah.
And that, I don't think I wrapped my mind around that until...
Did you booze pretty hard?
Oh my God.
Because you were in college, you were going to drink
and
anyway.
I was depressed and like slutty and like because
Yeah.
the diagnosis they gave me at 18 was I had 2 years left to where I could walk, I could speak, see, hear.
Jesus.
God.
So
I know they're doctors and they can't take
like,
everyone's
suck
case,
my
but
dick.
what are you
Why
doing?
would you say that?
You're gonna be
Yeah.
that far off.
Why don't you? Here's an idea.
That was 10 years ago, and I'm on a podcast.
Look,
you're
in 24
listening
months,
to
you're
right
Helen
now.
Keller.
Also, here's my thing.
You're
That
slutty
is
Helen
so.
Keller.
Have a little bedside
Yeah.
manner, dude. This little beautiful 18-year-old girl.
Neurologists are the most autistic motherfuckers I've ever
Yeah.
met, and I hope
Amen.
you hear me.
Yeah. Hey, well, wait till you meet the people who listen to this podcast. We'll blow them off.
Yeah,
What did
no
it start
doubt.
like? Like what is the disease you have called?
Free. They were right.
It prevents you from
It's called a case of the Mondays.
The only cure, Lizzo.
No, you.
It's called Friedrich's ataxia.
And so, how did it when you got diagnosed at 18?
So
What made you go like something ain't right?
So I was an athlete. Like I did soccer for 6 years, cross country, volleyball, and volleyball was the last sport I did. And it was just one day I couldn't I was doing suicides in practice, and I went to touch the ground and I fell. And I was a very athletic person, so everyone thought I was stoned or something, and I was like, I'm not. And so I quit volleyball, and they kind of kicked me off because I got worse.
In retrospect, that is crazy and very funny.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe I got lost. You said you tried to kill yourself and you failed.
Yeah, you got to define the word running for him. He has to.
Suicide.
No, suicide. Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you talking
Tyler
about?
goes, I got lost when you said
Yeah, you're like, I was a volleyball player. I tried to kill myself. They kicked me off the team. I'm like, what happened?
No, suicide is a running technique. It's like an exercise.
Okay.
It's an exercise.
Okay.
You had to do it for the presidential fitness test. And
Good thing I was going for governor, brother. How did that have to do with it?
you got a governor on you. You can't get too high.
It's your heart at this point.
Speaking of governor, you need one, dude. Put a damn pacemaker in my boy.
Okay, so it was a running drill.
So
Didn't
you
know what a
run-
suicide was. Doing a jumping jack. Who?
You gonna jump who?
Who's Jeff?
Jumping
What
over
the fuck?
yeah,
Push up. Like
I was
those
on the
little ice
suicide
creams.
team in high school.
I don't wear diapers anymore.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man. Okay, so
Okay.
you're athletic. You go, something's up. I'm an athlete. I can't do this stuff. And then you go to the doctor. And then
No,
you don't go to the doctor.
Not yet. I was 15 at that point. I was like, fuck
Yeah.
you, I'm going to start partying because y'all think I'm drunk anyways, and I don't know why. And I started telling my mom I thought something was wrong because I was being stopped by the principal every morning to smell my breath.
No
That's
shit.
crazy.
And I thought she was doing that to everyone because I'm retarded. And
You're like, no, she just likes how breath smells.
Yeah.
Morning
She
breath.
likes kid breath.
Dude, I'd have stopped brushing my teeth. I'd have gave that bitch something
baby
to smell.
breath. Never mind.
You did it to Kyler, you'll pass out. All right, that lady would have died.
What are you saying?
So the
Ladies
principal
stop
stopped
and
him.
take
She
a breath.
smelled my breath. I'm telling my mom, this isn't normal. Something is wrong with me. But my older sister, she also walked odd, but she had scoliosis, so she had spine surgery at 12.
Dang.
So they blamed her walking on that. So because I'm a middle child, my mom thought I was making shit up to get attention. So I would
Just
get
mirroring big
I
sister
would
behavior.
get grounded for walking weird. And I would practice walking in a straight line in my room every night in high school. And so I went through all of high school knowing something was wrong, but having no idea. And I couldn't bring it up because I would get in trouble.
Dang.
And then I turned 18 my senior year, stole her health insurance card, and took myself
Yeah.
to an ENT because I thought equilibrium maybe.
Like vertigo or
Right.
some shit.
And then they were like, no, but something's not right. Sent me to do a balance test, nothing, but they knew something was off. They sent me to a neurologist, and that's when I had to get my mom involved because their insurance did not cover a neurologist, and they said you either have a tumor on your cerebellum or a genetic disease, and I'm like fucking rooting for this tumor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something
I'm like,
physical.
yeah.
Also,
that
there's
just
like
take out.
Right.
God, whenever you have like, I mean, this is like, it sounds like I'm being a dick, but I'm being genuine. When you're, when you in your 20s and you're dating and you get tested, and then the next 3 days are 7 years.
Yeah.
It takes so long.
It took
Yeah.
3 weeks for it to come back.
Fuck that must have been a crazy 3 weeks.
Oh my!
You were talking. It's like, you spin it in your head. However, you said it. Yeah, of course. Now you got to look back at it. Say blessing or whatever you're saying earlier. When you got that diagnosis after everyone telling you that you were making that shit up. What did that vindication? Was that the only thing that kept you upright to just be like, I told you?
I did not respond like a person should. We're literally in the office. They give the diagnosis. My mom is sobbing, and I was like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you."
What I say?
Yeah.
What I say?
You responded like a rapper.
I did.
And like, fuck all
I
y'all
was like,
said.
y'all didn't believe in me.
Y'all doubted me. I have a problem.
Look at me now. Chronically ill, like I said.
Do you think that maybe helped too? Because it was like you were saying, it's kind of like, it's like, I told you guys, like, so it made you feel all that shit you had to go through, like walking a straight line so you didn't get in trouble, but you knew something was wrong. It's like, what does that feel like when those people were in the room with you? I mean, that's crazy.
Dude, I honest to God, this is funny. I don't talk to my dad. I feel like you all know that he's not like involved. And even then, I never really saw him. But for the final diagnosis appointment, I guess my sister had told him, and he showed up. And I was like, why the fuck? What are you doing here? And he had a random woman with him.
Bringing a date to your kid's doctor appointment.
Yeah.
You're a strange child.
Yeah, he's like, hey, these are kind of boring. You want to go with me?
Fucking crazy.
No, she really liked the free lollipops at the end.
He brought a bunch of board games too. He's like, this
she
is
was
gonna take a
16.
No,
She's a little girl.
He brings a random woman. I was like, glad you're here, but who the fuck is that? And
he's like, she's not random. I'm fucking her. Okay, she's not.
You could not guess what he said to me.
No, I'm sure it's insane.
No, it's worse than everything y'all just said.
What did he say?
He said, she's my new daughter.
I heard something was wrong with this one, so I got another.
Worse.
Yeah.
He goes, he leaned in so she couldn't hear him, and he goes, she just gets like really horny when she's sad.
No.
So I thought this would be a good opportunity, and I was like,
God.
play is gonna play.
Yeah, I mean, what a king, dude.
Her dad's just Will Ferrell from Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
Just a giant piece
Our
of
date movie,
shit.
Schindler's List. We gotta. I mean, that's an
She
insane.
gets horny
thing.
when she's sad?
Yeah, we all do.
That is
Right?
so dark.
Yeah, sometimes I take her to funerals, and just random funerals.
She literally is Will Ferrell from Wedding Crashers.
God. You got that diagnosis, and that was the
Wait,
second
so why don't
worst
you hang
thing
out with
said
this guy? He
that
sounds awesome.
day. Damn, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. So then you go
You
off
still
to college.
fuck her.
No, he's married to some lady now.
Yeah, she's sad
Got
all
it.
the time.
Yeah. That's all you
He
need to
married
say.
a
Oh,
depressed
he
woman.
makes sure of that.
Yeah. It's his superpower. Damn,
Oh, man.
dude. He messed up.
Damn.
Yeah.
So from there, what made you decide that you wanted to do comedy?
That was still in 2015, so we're still
There's a long way
huge,
out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I get diagnosed, all that happens, then I go to college with all this info in my head.
Where'd you go to school?
UT Chattanooga.
No, you're a moccasin
The
or whatever.
water
Yeah,
mocks,
don't
dang.
fuck with us. We're
Water
still
mock sounds like
figuring
a
out
slur.
what we are.
It's not, but watermock does sound like a slur.
I
It sounds
feel
like a
like-
thing they said in Vietnam.
Yeah,
It
water
does
mock.
sound bad.
Yeah.
Go Mox.
Yeah. Did you like Chattanooga?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful.
I mean, there are a lot of hills.
It is
I was
nestled
not-
right in the
If
mountains.
you like hiking,
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Not into it.
No, not for
Or in your
me.
case, like off-roading.
Off-roading.
Dude, remember my freshman year, my dorms were at the bottom of this hill that was literally this steep.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you could, like, crawl up it and still be standing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's steep. I know what you mean.
And I fell backwards with my big ass backpack on so many times.
No shit. They
I
didn't
would
move
always
you?
go to No, they wouldn't. They gave the highest bidder, like who was willing to pay the most money, the handicap rooms.
Why is no one believe? Are you winking when you tell people this? Why is everyone in your life being like bullshit? She's just making her life hard for no reason.
The truth is, no one believes young people are disabled. I don't know.
You're also very
Actually, that's
vibrant.
true. No, that's
Big,
fair.
tall,
Yeah.
pretty.
Are you
redhead
tall?
girl.
I don't know.
She
We've
is
been friends
tall.
for a long time. I don't know how
You're
tall.
You're tall for a woman.
Yeah, I'm above
like 5'9", 5'8".
my mom's 5'10".
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 5'7".
Yeah, that's tall, girl.
I'm
tall lady.
judging on my freak family. My mom's 6'2", so I'm like, what do we? Yeah, but yeah. I guess that is tall for a lady.
Put that bitch in the NBA. Am I right?
So, like you're starting stand up and everything, and we were talking about it a little bit with the Kill Tony and the imposter syndrome and everything. Like when you're up there, like do you? What's worse? Like, what's worse? Because we were talking about it. Some comic in the green room last night was like bitching at you. She was like, "You rolled over my toe. Don't let it happen again. Don't let it happen again." And you go. I'm in a wheelchair. Like what? So I guess when you're on stage, like, what stinks more? Like an awe, or like, I mean, do you kind of spin it? And do you like because I mean, it seems like the pity laughs or whatever would be the worst thing ever. Like some Karen who's let everyone bomb, and then you go out there and she's just like,
yeah, or just having what I think
like,
would
is that
be annoying.
worse, or what? What's the worst? Like the dynamic when you're on stage, like that inner dialogue, what's going through your dome?
What's worse? Is it the guy, like the horny Kill Tony fans? Because we're friends. I'll see your
God,
post,
the
and then I'll just
comments
see
are
the wildest shit ever.
insane, dude.
Is it the horny Kill Tony fans, or is it like the people who even before Kill Tony are just, you come out in a wheelchair and you can feel them being like, how I respond to this set is about me, and I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna like Daily Show laugh.
It's
Daily
a way
Show
to
laughter.
project.
It's not funny, but they're like, I vote that way. Like,
well, I honest to God, that was my biggest fear starting comedy. I was like, I can't get a read if I'm actually being funny, or if everyone feels bad for me in this room, pity laughs. I'd rather you fucking boo me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want any part of that. But I worried about that for a really long time. And then his show I had just done, I can't remember, it was like smaller, but some guy in a wheelchair went up, bombed.
yeah,
And I was like, oh my God.
you were like, yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I okay?
yeah. You're like, oh, I love when guys
Yeah.
in wheelchairs bomb.
I
That's uniquely
hate
my
other
thing.
wheelchair people.
Yeah.
So.
I was gonna ask that. Do you
Yeah,
find?
you and me both.
Yeah, because I've seen a couple here at the club. Do you find when you're out on the road, are there a couple wheelchair folks that are coming out?
Dude,
Do you let them come to the
Because
show?
I mean, I know there's like a very
lock the doors.
yeah.
Pull the ramp.
All the shows are upstairs.
You go, I just don't like the vibe it creates in here. Could we get them out of here? I don't like that.
No, that's been the coolest part about all of this, I think, is as I start touring and headlining, more and more disabled people are coming to my shows.
Fuck yeah.
And, like, that means the world to me, especially people with what I have, because it's so rare. Like, in Portland, there were, like, 10 people with Friedrich's ataxia that came. There are 5,000 in the U.S.
That's crazy. 10 would be in Portland. I want you to know. 10 would be in Portland.
Yeah,
That's
no
very,
shit.
Let's
Yeah.
not.
10
yeah.
of them, yeah. And
10 in
2 of
Portland.
them in Portland are faking. Yeah. 2 of them in Portland with FA. I don't fucking buy it. I bet you're a lady, too.
Yeah, exactly. They go, granola healed me. You go, shut up. No, it didn't. Fix your gas stations, all right? Fix your gas station and get your camping stores back, and we'll talk, all
10
right?
would fucking be in Portland, dude. You're in Portland, you have FA, it's like a .00001. You're like, yeah, I've got FA and I'm trans. What are the odds, bucko? Sorry.
That's wild.
It is cool to be an inspiration, though. I mean, you have, like, with something like that, being able to make people feel confident, because you went through some things, like you talk about going through some things mentally when you find out that, diagnosis. Mm-hmm. So when other people have it and they can relate and come out and support you, and then you kind of give them that little bit of courage to do so. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it's congratulations that you get to do that.
Well, I don't want more people with FA starting comedy. I want to make that clear. We got a spot for Fiona, and I like that. But I don't want taking over. No.
Yeah, you definitely have to hold the chair, and I don't mean that.
We can't have all 5,000 of them.
I'm not getting up, motherfucker. No, that's been really cool too. I have a lot of women with FA reach out to me, and I do want to say every fucking person with my disease is hot.
What's up, you flat earth deniers? If you want to check out the rest of the episode, go to our Patreon.